And just like that, the weekend is over and it's Monday again. So today, oh, look at that weather. I don't even notice the sky today. It's actually quite a nice day. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Anyway, today, I'm here on my own at the minute. I know Pat's coming up in a bit because he's just getting another job started. Cam's off. I'm just here today, giving the wall bit of TLC. We've got this section in on Saturday. So it just still needs a bit of love and a bit of, scratching up and stuff. But yeah, even all the wall really, we're just going to keep going over and just try and really expose the stone as much as possible. But we've got to stick with that strict sort of flush look, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I'm just going to spend the morning really just going around, scratching up, well, concentrating, like I say, both sides of what we laid Saturday. Because obviously the thick of the mortar's still on there, just like bits like this really, just like that. I just go around and scratch it off with a little trowel just to get it flat for a minute, and then like I say, once we got the bulk of it off, we can then go around with like a brush, or sometimes I use like a bit of wood, really work it on the stone. Because with this, like I say, once you've gone over with a trowel and made it the mortar's flat with the wall, you then just go around with a little brush and just sort of, make it bits like that. Just, go around it and just expose that stone just a bit nicer. Obviously not digging into the mortar too much, because obviously we've got to keep it flush with the wall. That's the style anyway we've got to keep to. But yeah, no, so it's a bit of a tedious morning. I don't mind it. It's quite satisfying actually. When it starts looking like that, at the minute it looks like a mess, but it will get nicer. But yeah, no, just go around, like I say, and just really, make it all nice. We don't want these lines. You can use a bit of wood. I sometimes even keep all the old gloves, because when you're going around, you can just, really smooth off the main mortar. As you can see, look how wet it is, which is good because you don't want this curing too quick. Just go around to make sure there's no defects, etc. But yeah, once I've done that, I'll obviously head down here as well, and yeah, just keep going at it really, because we've literally had the perfect weather. Perfect weather for this really, because it's been quite, really damp mornings, and we've had a bit of rain. But yeah, so it's taking quite long to sort of really go off and get hard, if you know what I mean. The bottom is starting to go quite hard actually, which is good. But no, like I say, because it's a conservation job, we've got to stick to the style. So yeah, but I think it actually, like this bit now, it still needs going over. It's starting to look good. I think it all will come together nicely. So yeah, like I say, just concentrate on this bit for a minute, and then yeah, jump the other side, do the same. Job will be a good one. And then when Pat's here as well, we're going to continue with the tops, because we've got enough tops to go to about that scaffold bar. But this bit, like I said on the last video, they've made up like a jig, like a mould, and we're basically going to make the tops just out of mortar and greenstone dust. So, which I think when we come back to do the retaining walls on the other side, yeah, we'll obviously do then, if you know what I mean, just finish it. So there'll be a little gap, but it won't matter. We'll probably just seal the top of this wall, because at the minute I've left it open, because whenever I do tops, I like to keep, the middle open, just so when you do put the mortar down, it binds onto something and it's nice and strong, and it's not just a thin, if you made that flat and then you put your bed of mortar on, it's just really on that, isn't it really? Whereas in there, put a bit of stone and stuff, got something to hold on to and bind like. But anyway, let's stop waffling and crack on, and boom, snap, scratch up. Love it. And there you go. Phase 1 completed it, mate. That's all right. Like I say, today's just been really TLC. Like really just brushing it up. We got the last tops we had on site. Like I've said before, obviously the rest are going to get made up. But we did put on this one and this one. So it's only that. It's about 2 meters worth, really. So it's not too bad. But yeah, no, I'm just going to... I've done the other side as much as possible. I believe I'm starting a new job tomorrow. So Pat is going to come back and go over it again, especially obviously the tops we've pointed in today. And some of that top row I've done as well, still very soft. So I've beat it back like, but it still needs brushing up tomorrow. So we'll be coming back anyway. Or I think Pat basically will be coming back. Keep coming back every day for the next few days just to see how it goes off. When it starts hardening, right, we can then leave it maybe a couple of days, but we've got rain overnight pretty much all week, so that's going to be good. So obviously before I go, I'll put the Hessian back on tomorrow. But no, it's been good really. This is phase 1, like I say. We've got to come back and do all the retaining walls, so I think we're back next week actually. I've just got to do a little job in between. I think the stone they've got over there is blue lias, and that's why this job's been quite sort of hard in a way, because we've had to stick with greenstone and it's got to be a certain type of lime and stuff. So we couldn't, you know, massive pile of stone over there, but we couldn't use it because it was a different type of stone light. So yeah, because like I say, this was a greenstone wall, a full greenstone wall, and yeah, for obviously conservation things, reasons, architectural, whatever, we had to obviously use the same stone that come out the same wall basically. So that's been all right. Like I say, I loved it, like I say, but we are done. Well, I've got one there, 1, 2, 3, 4.5, all right, stones left of this, and a small broken top. So we've done really well with this. It works out perfect. So yeah, love it. Another one done. Well, phase 1 done. Like I say, we've got to come back and do all these retaining walls, like, so that'll be next week. But yeah, for a minute we are done. So I'm just gonna, yeah, I've got about half an hour left, so I'm just gonna keep scratching up for a minute and then obviously put the Hessian on, damping it all down, and that's me done. Yes mate, lovely jubbly. You got to have these days. Probably not the best watching because there's no building going on, but you've got to have these days. But yeah, like I say, walls like this, you have just got to spend the time to keep going over and over. Tomorrow's a new day, new job, love it. All right, let's crack on home. Thank you for watching, over and out, and I'll see you in a bit.